Hi, it's Laura from Poppies. I'm so excited to tell you about the brand new Bernina magnetic hoop systems that came out. We are super excited that the fact that we've received our hoops, so if you're excited about them, come on in. We'll be happy to demo them, but I'm going to give you an insight to that and how they work right now. So we have 3 different sizes. We have the Bernina medium magnetic hoop. This will fit your 5, 7, and 9 series embroidery machines. We have the large magnetic hoop. That's going to fit the 7 and 9 series machines. And then we even have this medium border magnetic hoop. This is great for borders and sashing on quilts or narrower areas. It works just like the other sizes, but if you do need to work with just more of a narrow size at a time, this is nice so you're not wasting so much stabilizer when you're supporting the fabric that you have in there. So let's demo how easily they work. I'm going to work with the large one. I've got a towel here. So why would you want a magnetic hoop? Well, anytime you're working with something that's bulky or hard to hoop, like a towel or a quilt, and you're pushing that inner ring of your standard hoop system, sometimes that's a little hard to push in, especially if you have arthritic issues. And a magnetic hoop is 2 rectangular pieces that I'm about to show you that magnet together, and you can sandwich your project, so it's a lot easier to hoop. One thing that I love that Bernina created was they have a little gap here between the 2 rectangles. So it's easy to pull the top piece off the bottom. And notice that we've got a grid for each hoop. This was so smart that they included this. And notice at the bottom it's going to tell you what the actual stitchable area is. And they have it in both millimeters and inches. So the large magnetic hoop is 8.25 inches by 15 3/4 stitchable area. That's huge. Again, this is for your 7 and 9 series, but I love having that grid if you need to line something up that you're trying to hoop. And then they have this insert in between, and what this is designed to do is to give you protection from your fingers, so that if you were to stow this away where this would clamp down and magnet really strong, it's a little bit easier to take them apart when you have this insert for storage in between. So it still holds together, but you can easily pull that top piece off. So that's what this little insert is for. All right, so let's see if we can't hoop this towel quickly and show you how easy it is. So you can simply slide the bottom piece over top of the base magnet part that has your little handle on it, and line it up in the position that you need, because your grid is going to fit inside this magnet, and you can be sure positioning wise how close you are. I can clearly see I need to move that if I want to work with my center. You might be working with the bottom or a side of the design. This grid helps you work with that. Actually, slide that towel up just slightly. Okay, when it's how you like it on the grid, you're going to take your top rectangular magnet piece and line it up right inside your handle area here on the left edge. Feel where the top and bottom is so that you're very close to positioning, and just let it drop. All right, and then at this point, take your grid again, place it inside, and you can see if you need to adjust and move your project to line it up. It allows you to do that easily, and do it gently so you're not throwing off the grain of anything you're hooping. Once you're happy with it, there's a little cutout that you can easily pull the grid away. And notice that on these the top hoop, you have the arrows that helps you center it as well. I love that. And what I like to do is when I place this into the machine, I like to float a piece of tearaway underneath, or water soluble, or you could, if you'd like, you could tape a piece of stabilizer onto the back. I just find that's easier to hoop the project itself and then add my stabilizer afterwards. And again, anytime you work with pile fabrics like we talked about in our sock easy inserts, you always want to use a topper, water soluble or heat away, so your embroidery threads don't fall into the pile. You can add that now and take it to your machine. But how easy is that? And nothing is going to move. Super easy. One note that I do want to make mention of, since these hoops are new, The machine reads the bottom section of this handle, so you want to make sure you update your machines to the latest version so your machine can read the magnetic hoop.